Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Muay Thai Save Me. Guys, next to me is my business partner, Edwin Lopez.
What's going on, fellas?
And across from us is actually one of our newest coaches who has been with us for 2 months now. And his name is Ed.
What's up, guys? Good to be here.
Ed, welcome to the show. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We wanted to bring you on board just because a lot of people don't really know much about Coach Ed. You know what I mean? So we thought it'd be a great way for you to kind of share to our listeners like who Coach Ed is as a person. Can you share a little bit about yourself?
Born and raised in California.
Okay.
Well, grew up in Glendale most of my life.
Okay.
I lived a little bit in Hollywood, and I lived a little bit in South Central, but brunt of my upbringing has been Glendale. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I moved out of Glendale I moved to South Central when I was 19.
Wow.
Yeah. And I lived there for about 7 years before going to Silmar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I hear you have a twin brother that looks just like you.
Yeah, just like me. Yeah.
Wow. His beard and everything?
Beard and everything.
Wow.
Actually, no, he just recently shaved his beard off.
Oh.
Yeah, but basically me without a beard now and no tattoos.
How identical do you guys look? Because I don't.
Oh,
think I've
same
seen
thing.
it. Really?
We sound the same. Clothes off the same. Everything is like literally the same.
Has he came and covered classes that we didn't even know?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm the better fighter, but his physique is a lot better looking than mine.
Right
You
on.
guys would tell right away.
I know. That's cool. That's cool.
Ed, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're full Armenian?
Yes.
Full Armenian? I was told that your dad was a fighter back in his day.
Yeah, back in the day during the Soviet Union era, he was a champion boxer over there.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good and a bad. Like, he was fully against me fighting, like, since I was
Really?
young. Yeah, fully opposed to it. Because I remember I wanted to fight, like, I remember me wanting to fight since I was 5. Like, I was asking him. And
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was a boxer. I just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it just comes from him. But he was fully against me doing it. Like, I begged him for years, like, let me box, let me box, let
Yeah.
me box. But then, actually, there was this ice cream truck driver in Glendale. And one time my dad was getting me ice cream, and I was nagging him about it, and the ice cream truck driver actually happened to be a judo coach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then he kind of pitched to my dad, like, bring him to judo, don't take him to boxing. And my dad's like, would you want to try judo? And I was just like, oh, well, if he's not going to take me to boxing, I'll go to whatever this is. I didn't know what it was at the time. But I went there, it was just basically grappling with a gi on.
Okay.
So I did that for about like 5 years. Yeah, and my dad would, in the beginning, he would come watch me, but slowly he stopped coming. And in that gym, they also had like boxing classes, kickboxing classes, stuff like that. And I would always go play with the boxing kids and the kickboxing kids, and they'd show me stuff. So like every once in a while that my dad didn't watch me, I'd always sneak over there, you know? Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, but when I was 15, I was like already at the point that I would just do whatever I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, so I eventually just started taking boxing by myself.
What were some of your dad's worries, like, you know, because he fought, what was some of his concerns, why he didn't want you, his son?
He just didn't want me to get brain damage or anything, you know? And on top of that, he just, you know, wants me to, I don't know, he sees it as a privilege to be born in America, and it is. I fully see it as a privilege, like, especially hearing stories. Like, I have friends that got deported and stuff, so I know, like, I'm really privileged. But, yeah, he just wants me, like, be a doctor, be a lawyer, something like that, something, you know, every parent wants it. I understand fully. I'm older now, and I completely understand why. But he just doesn't want me to get hurt.
I see. I see. Now, with your twin brother, was he ever interested in like combat sports?
Yeah, he actually did judo with me. We were actually going there together.
Okay.
But he kind of, like, he was more into like bodybuilding and like weightlifting, stuff like that. So he eventually branched off.
I see. Okay. Do you still practice judo now?
No.
No.
I haven't done it. The second I left that, my coach never did it. I didn't want to do it. I only did it because that's the only thing I was allowed to do.
And you know what? One thing that I love about you too, Ed, is that you are like very humble. And I was told you made it to nationals.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I made it to nationals when I was younger in judo.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was in a younger age. I forget what age. It was like, it was either 10, 11, 12, or 13. One of those ages.
Okay.
And I won the whole tournament with one move. I feel like I won that tournament because I was just stronger than everyone. I was physically stronger than everyone. Yeah, I literally used one move, but like I didn't even like. I remember I didn't even care. Like it wasn't what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Even my dad, he's like, you couldn't do anything else. You only had that one move, and I was like, it worked. And
That's true.
yeah, it worked.
That's true.
Yeah, but it was cool. I went to nationals again after that, but that one was I didn't win that time. But in judo, you don't just do one match. You do a couple of matches.
Okay.
No one's getting punched. It's a little bit like you could do it. It's possible.
Yeah.
And I remember I made it to the third round, and the kid clotheslined me, and you're not allowed to strike. But I fell on the floor, and they gave him the points for it. And when he was getting on top of me, I was kind of heated too, so I kind of kicked him off of me, and I ended up hitting him in the face, so they disqualified me.
What?
Yeah, and then after that, I was just like, actually, that was about the time I was like, nope, I'm doing boxing now. Nothing's stopping me. That day, they disqualified me, and I was so embarrassed, and I was like, what happened? Like, my mouth was bleeding. I'm like, you guys, look, it's bleeding. But after that, I was like, nope, not doing this again.
Have you guys ever seen those? I've seen those reels sometimes that pop up on my algorithms on Instagram, and you'll see wrestlers like they start and they're getting really aggressive, and like they get mad by the way they're grabbing each other, and it ends up being like a slap. So then it becomes like a just a street fight brawl. Then everyone like jumps on the mats to like separate them.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, but it got stopped quick. Like no one really did anything when he hit me, but when I hit him, it was stop it, get up, get out, like right away. And I was just like, what? Like what happened?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Super crazy.
And I should have at least got third place because that was my third place right there. Like at that point, we all placed. Whoever was gonna, like, I think there was 4 of us left. Actually, no, 3 of us out of that 4 were gonna place.
Wow.
So I potentially could have got third place at that.
Wow.
Or higher.
Yeah. Wow. Do you ever, in looking back and telling us this story, do you ever feel like you missed out on anything, or you're happy with that journey in your life, and then you're like, oh, I moved over to boxing?
I honestly just wish I could have just went straight into boxing.
Okay.
Like I honestly didn't want it. I remember doing it, and I never had my heart into it, you know?
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I never did it like, oh, I'm going to judo practice today. I never had that.
How long did you do boxing for until you started discovering like kickboxing and Muay Thai? When did you?
I did boxing for 10 years. So, and in between those 10 years, I didn't just box. I was mainly boxing, but I did kickboxing too. Yeah, and I remember I was actually getting ready for my first amateur boxing match, and I went and did a smoker. Went to another gym, was going with this kid, and I don't know how it happened. I still to this day, I'm trying to like put myself in that situation, how it happened. I threw a left hook at the kid, and he uppercut the bottom of my elbow. My shoulder went up, jerked up, and it sounded like a bunch of tree branches broke next to my ear. But I, for the life of me, couldn't pick my arm up. For like 2 months, like all I could raise it was like up to here.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, so in those days, like I was like, I can't use my arm, let me kick. I never, in those days, I didn't really do elbows or knees. I was just strictly kickboxing, yeah. But I actually started getting more into Muay Thai when I joined UFC. Yeah. To be a coach in the UFC gym, you have to get this specialized cert, like a specific for a UFC gym. And when I was over there, like, I felt that, I know for a fact that I had the best hands in there. But I was looking at everyone was throwing elbows and knees and stuff, and I was like, oh damn, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, done. Today I'm learning everything.
Wow.
So the gym I trained in had Muay Thai classes.
Okay.
And I just started joining the classes.
Okay. Okay. Well, shout out to your gym that helped you gain those the knowledge.
Shout out to that guy that hit your arm like that.
Oh no, he shattered it. It honestly took like about 6 years until it fully came back to normal. That being said, I didn't like go get it checked up or anything. I was just like winging it, like whatever. Like I would go to the gym and fight southpaw. Even now, like, I don't know if you noticed me sparring, I'll just stand in southpaw and not even know I do it, but that's why I do it. I couldn't use my left, I couldn't use my left, so I'll just stand in southpaw.
Is there any times that you are doing certain things that you feel weird?
I do feel it, but I don't know if it's in my head, like, because honestly, my shoulder's as strong as it's ever been. Like, I honestly even feel like I'm blessed that it happened, because it got me into like Corrective fitness, and I started like I was one of the first kids like what is wrong with my shoulder on Google. And then slowly through that, I feel like that's what ultimately led me to be a personal trainer. Like I actually went and got my personal training cert, got certified, went to school for it and everything. So honestly, on top of that, like it just made me really focused on making my body indestructible. Like that day, because I'm not gonna lie to you, that broke my confidence so much. Like before my shoulder shattered, I thought I was the best fighter alive. Like I didn't think there was anyone that could beat me. That happened and I was like, oh, complete opposite shift. I'm like, now I can't do anything. Great.
Now you said you went to like, I forgot the term you used, but like for corrective.
Fitness.
Corrective fitness, right? And so right now you're known for powerlifting, and you're also known for some awesome calisthenics.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Ed does a really mean. What do you call it? Oh my gosh, the words are slipping my mind.
Muscle up, handstand.
Muscle up, yeah. He does a mean muscle up with sandals on that don't move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that, dude. Like that's a lot of strength, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, I don't know, because you're also you're vegetarian or vegan? Vegan, which is like, I mean, obviously you have great physique and everything and all that. Like, where do you get all that strength from? Like, what do you do to like
supplement?
Yeah, supplement. Like,
well, I don't need to supplement anything. Like, most vegans that are like the problem with meat eaters, like carnivores, whatever you want to call it, is they overdo everything, and it's the complete opposite for vegans. They underdo everything. They're malnourished. Like, each side has one of the spectrums. If you know what you like there's nothing you could get from a meat eating a diet, no nutrient that you guys get that vegans don't get. It's just you got to do some research and find it. Like pea protein has every amino acid needed, all 9 amino acids. Pea protein has it. Yeah, you just got to look for it. You got to find it. It's just kind of hard to find fats. Like everything I eat is carbs. That's the only hard part.
Really? And then what got you into becoming a vegan and all that? Because your culture, you guys eat a lot of meat.
Oh,
right?
yeah. My dad took it pretty bad. Well, I had an experience and like.
Who is she?
No, I don't want to get too. Who are you? I don't want to get too woo-woo, or spiritual. But I feel like I was talking to God.
Okay.
And I was just asking him better ways I could be a better man, a better person. And at the time, my brother was a vegan for, I've been a vegan for 8 years. My brother's been a vegan for, I think, 12. Yeah. Wow. And at those days, I gave him so much shit. I was like, every stereotypical thing you could say to a vegan, I would tell him every day, like, toughen up, man up, like, all that stuff. Really bad. But I was looking at my brother, and I don't know, I feel like God was making me look at my brother and, analyze him, because I viewed him as, a very good person, my twin brother. And then I was like, well, what are the differences between us? And then I was just weighing it out, and I was like, something just kept telling me, Ed, you have to go vegan. And I'm taking it as God was telling me to go vegan, so I just went cold turkey vegan that day. Never touched it again.
That's crazy.
Wow. Do you, and then because you train Muay Thai, do you have any advice for fellow vegans that might be listening that could help them? Can you share any helpful tips that could help them grow more muscle, help them feel more energetic during Muay Thai training? Do you have any tips for them?
Just eat your nuts, stay away from the processed stuff. Don't be going and go, there's these vegan hot pockets, don't eat that. There's these vegan hot wings, don't eat that. Go eat whole foods, eat your nuts. Believe it or not, soy is not that bad.
Really?
Yeah, soy doesn't, for you to actually get your estrogen levels higher, you have to eat, you can't, a normal person can't eat that much soy to actually mess up your estrogen levels. But there's a lot of stuff. It's just stay away from processed stuff. Eat your fruits, vegetables, get some peanut butter, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned the soy, because I've had talks with people like that too, that I'm like, guys, I drink soy milk too. There's nothing wrong with it. People, the media, you know what I mean? I always find, I'm sure you will agree with me, Ed and Edwin, it's one summer they're preaching this, right? And then next summer it's oh no, don't do that. And you're like, wait, what? You were just preaching last year that this is what I should do. I remember, I forgot what year it was. It was at least 10 years ago. I heard that they were don't drink too much water, it's bad for you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, first you're talking about hydration, it's so good to drink lots of water. Now you're telling us to scare us oh, don't drink too much. But it just goes back to my rule that I live by. You gotta be in the middle. Can't be too much on one side. Too little water, no good. too much water, you're going to the bathroom like every few minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To me, that's what I see the downside for. You drink too much water, you're going to the bathroom literally every 4 minutes.
Is there something, because and fill me in, guys, is soy so bad or what?
There was a study, like Coach Ed said, how like, oh, it makes men like lose their testosterone, like it's going to raise your estrogen levels. And the moment I heard that, I was like, oh my God, that was my first reaction. Oh my gosh, stop. Like, come on guys, like this is getting ridiculous. What company paid you to say these like scientific reports?
Well, to be honest, yeah, look, it could mess up your testosterone levels, but there's no way humanly possible you could have that much soy intake. Like you would have to be chewing soy all day to get enough to just drop your testosterone level by 1. Like it won't happen. Like if you just eat like a normal human being, it's not gonna happen.
Got it. Yeah. Like you said, so in the middle.
That's
not
right.
Too much. Don't
That's
abuse
right.
it.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Absolutely. Ed, with training Muay Thai, you want to tell? Does someone want to tell the story of how we met, Ed?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously when we came here and we took over this location, you were already a existing head trainer here.
Yeah.
I remember the gentleman that I was negotiating and purchasing this place kept mentioned you a couple times, and there was so much going on because it was like 25 days. We literally from the moment we heard about this place, we had keys in our hands, which was pretty fast for buying out a company. But he kept mentioning and he kept saying, oh, Ed, you guys should interview him. You guys should think about having him come over with you guys and this and that. And I had told Neil, but it was just so much going on so fast. They were like, yeah. And I think me and Neil came to check out this location. And at that time you were here. I think you had just finished a private or something. And we got to meet you and, you are who you are. You know what I mean? Exactly the person that people see you, that's who you were. Very humble, very kind, very respectful and everything. And even when me and Neil left, we didn't. Normally, he wants to see people's skills and coachability and all that, but we just felt good about you. Like we were like that, and we were like, we were like, that guy felt genuine. Like we sense your energy, and we walked out, and we were like, that guy feels like genuine. Like he feels like I don't know, like a really good, humble person.
Yeah, one thing that stood out to me, Ed, when we met you was just your openness and just honesty. I remember you told me, you told me right away, like, I'm more of a boxing coach, but I do know how to throw some kicks. I hope that's not going to be a problem. And my response was like, in my head, I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Because most people would just lie and just say, oh yeah, no, I could do it. When in reality, when I see it, I'd be like, what the? You told me you could? No. But you were honest and upfront right away. That was like a really big sign for me. And then what kind of tipped the iceberg over for me was when you're like, yeah, I grew up in I live over in like that Silmar area, but I'm here in Glendale and I always take care of my grandma. Me and my brother take turns, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the kind of person we need on our team, because you were just a reflection of like what our community is and our current staff of coaches. You know what I mean? I knew right away, I just sensed it. I have a good sense of people. And I knew right away when I met you, I was like, I just got to work with Ed, but man, Ed's going to be a good addition to the team.
Nice. So, thank you. Yeah, that's awesome. It was such a blessing for me because I found out last second like that the gym got sold. I was like, oh no, where am I gonna go?
Yeah.
And then you guys walked in. It was truly like a blessing in disguise. Like I'm so grateful. It's honestly the best. Like I've worked in so many different gyms, and it's the best gym I've ever worked for. Best bosses I could ever ask for. Kru Neil, you've showed me so much. Like in my whole 15 plus years of martial arts, I've learned more with Kru Neil in like these 2 months than I did that whole time. And I'm not even exaggerating.
Wow,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But we're just tipping the iceberg. We still got way more to go together.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, because Neil was like, so what do you think? I was like, he's got a good beard. Let's
No, let's go, man.
You know what I mean? I was like, no patches, let's go. You know? But you're a great guy, man. So
Thank
far,
you.
your energy's great, your coachability's great. You know, people like you. You know what I mean? I like you. Neil likes you. Everybody, it's just, you know, that's what we're about. And like Neil said, man, who you are in the gym is who you are outside.
That's
and
right.
it's very rare to find those type of quality of individuals, and I'm happy to have you on the team as much as you are, man.
Yeah.
Thank you
And that's
so much.
why we thought it would be awesome to have you on the show, because we just wanted to let other people know who we already know. We want other people to kind of get that. And I actually just learned last night you were vegan. I was so mind blown. I was like, wait, what?
I was so nervous because my dad messed me up. My dad took it so bad. I was like, I even told Jen, I'm like, Jen, I hope Kru Neil's not disappointed.
He was like, I was like, wait, what's wrong with him? I didn't know he was vegan. How's that possible? How's he doing those pull-ups?
But Ed, one question that has been kind of arising is, Ed, do you ever want to fight?
I do. I really do. Like, genuinely, I just want to. I don't have that confidence yet. Every time like that one time that I was telling you guys I shattered my shoulder. 1 month, I was actually 1 month away from my first amateur boxing match. And that happened. And in 2018 was my last go. I was actually had an amateur MMA match scheduled. And 1 month before that, I cut my weight. I was 130 pounds. Believe it, I was actually 130 pounds. Yeah, I was sparring with some new guy that came to our gym. And in the matter of like a second, he got me in a heel hook. I tapped out as fast as I can, tore my knee.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh God. And like, I come from a very like religious family, spiritual, and it's like, my mom kind of put the idea in my head that like, God gave you your second strike. Don't let him give you the third one. But no, honestly, just being around you, and honestly, Coach Martin said something really inspiring to me, and I've been like, Coach Martin's been really rubbing off on me in a really good way. He told me that, nope, that's it's the opposite. It's the third time's the charm, you know? This is the time you're supposed to do it. So right now, honestly, I just want to see if I could cut the weight. Because back then I didn't have as much muscle as I do now. Yeah. And I'm not more so like, I'm honestly not even worried about like getting injured now. I just want to make sure that I could perform as good as I used to, you know? Because like I haven't taken fighting very serious, like in that fighter mindset. I've been there. I've been actually like going home, like all I'm doing is Muay Thai. All I'm thinking is Muay Thai. If I'm not in the gym coaching, I'm in the gym training. Like I'm somewhere doing something, you know? And I've honestly been feeling really good about it. Honestly, I don't know. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I'm pretty sure if you were confident in me, you tell me, and that would give me the world's confidence. So I think if you told me, Ed, I think you should do it, I might do it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's an old saying that I just recently learned, and I love it. Confidence comes with competence. Yeah. You know, and the more you train, the more you learn. I mean, you even said it within the last 2 months, you've learned so much. Yeah. And as we keep working together and you learn more and more, that confidence, I think, will naturally grow, and you'll start to feel it. And then when the confidence comes, your performance also will enhance too. You know what I mean? So yeah, just give it time. This is an art form. You're still young. Like you're right in your prime right now. You know what I mean? Right in your prime. But yeah, you know, we'll continue working together and just keep growing your knowledge. And like I said, confidence comes with competence. Yes. You know, but yeah, man, Ed, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Yes. Do you have anything you want to add, buddy?
I think we asked all the right questions. You know, I think obviously we've known them in a deeper level. But I will say this, just so you know why we had you on here. Kim had posted who would people like to see on our next podcast, and a lot of people voted for you, just so you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did. A lot of the students wanted to hear your story. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because obviously they're intrigued about you. You know, they love your classes. They like you as a human. You know what I mean? And I just thought that was pretty cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. So thank you again for hanging out with us.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Of course. But guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Muay Thai Save Me. Just remember, guys, if you don't know, Muay Thai Save Me, we just like to bring individuals like Coach Ed himself and just share their story of how Muay Thai has impacted them in some special, awesome way, just as it has for us both, for my business partner Edwin and I. But guys, don't forget, stay tuned for next week's episode. All right, release them every Tuesday. All right. If you like this video, you like any of I can't even talk. Any of our other content, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it to your friends, and we'll keep this content going. All right. We'll see you guys soon.